We have a $150 donation from a non-193. Love you. We love you too, a non-193.
そうか。次からこのタイミングで VLC の再起動すれば遅延が少なくなるか。まあさっきやったばっかだから大丈夫だと思うんですけど。そうですね。スケジュールを見ていただくと、割と、まあ日本で有名なメジャータイトルは、今日の夜中、12時回ったあたりから明日の12時ぐらいまで、お昼ですね。目白押しな感じですね。なので、先ほどもお知らせした通り、まあ、リアルタイムでね、見られない方は、まあ、アーカイブを見ていただくか、まあ、お仕事中ね、見られる方はぜひどうぞ。このジャパニーズリストリームはですね、総勢7名か8名ぐらいで、交代で回しますので、付きっきりなわけじゃないです。ただ、今回は前回と違って、配信者が配信者の PC で配信するんじゃなくて、共用のね、PC で配信してるので、切れることはあまりないと思います。前はその配信者が変わるごとに一旦中止、配信停止してっていう流れがあったんですよ。それがなくなって、だいぶ見る側もこちらやる側もね、スムーズになりましたので。それと、アーカイブに関してなんですけども、直前の、バットマンあたりまでは、各そのゲームごとのアーカイブができてますので、昨日ゲームを見忘れちゃったっていう人は、ぜひね、このジャパニーズリストリームの、Twitch のページのビデオっていうところを選んでいただくと、見れますので。誰かのお家に行ってないです。これは遠隔操作ができるように設定していただいて。年力で、
Finally catching live stream after 3 years of watching AGDQ. Keep up the good work.
リストリーマーは、
Cheers from Quebec.
ね、念能力者だった。
we have $5 from level 19 Magikarp. Greetings from Germany, and good luck for all these amazing runners.
操作系。念音の力、ちょっと遅延がまたあると嫌なんで、一旦、音消して VLC 再起動しますね。少々音声がなくなります。
We have a Tinertia with mid-boss. Let's go.
All right. So before we get started, just a quick shout out to the devs who make this game. They're really great guys. They sent me this awesome T-shirt, and they've done a lot of work, just helping me with anything I really need. So good, big shout out to those guys. And just so you guys know, this is Tinertia. This is 2015 Steam game by Candescent Studios. Since not a lot of people have heard of this game, so I guess let's get going. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
はい、始まりましたね。
All right, so we are off. And you can tell right away.
解説ですか。
it's gonna be a
ぜひ
fast-paced
チャットでも、お願いします。
And this game is basically all about rocket jumping, as you can see right away.
さあ、数作品この手のアクションが続いているので、皆さんもね、目がだんだん慣れてきたというか、追いついてきたんじゃないでしょうか。相当早いですけど、これ動きが。テラリアじゃないんですね。
So this rocket launcher is purely for movement, and you can't even jump. So if you see me in the air, it's because I'm using my rocket launcher.
目標18分。この方の自己尾は15分切ってますので。
If you look in the top left corner, we have this little dash gauge. That gives you an 8-directional dash.
多分見てもらうと分かるんですけど、多分これマウスポインターで、マウスで操作してる感じですかね。
And yeah, that's kind of all there is to it. But it may sound a little simple, but there's a lot that goes into the movement for this game. So, if you look kind of the levels, if you look, it kind of looks like they're kind of mixed together. Every time I hit one of these blue portals at the end of a level, they do kind of, they blend continuously within a world. And now we're moving into the boss stage. So the boss stages are a little different.
丸のこチェーンソーが
actually just kind of
追っかけてき
normal
てる。
levels, except they have a little bit of a twist where you have some sort of boss chasing you or trying to kill you in
追
some
っかけ
way,
てきて
shape,
ま
or
すが、
form.
ま
You
あ
actually
まだ見え
can
ません
finally
ね。
use your rocket launcher to disarm them
見える前
for
に
a time.
ソニック並みのスピードですよね。
So now we're moving on into World 2.
あ、
And
今の
every
は
world kind of has
お亡
its
くなり
own
になった
theme.
感じですかね。
This theme is
これも
lasers, as you see. Stand one of these a little too long, you get lasers
す
in the
ぐ死
face.
にますね、これは。
Should know right now, it's really easy to die in this game. Probably gonna die a lot.
おお、速いレーザーが。あれ、レーザー
First try.
ピュンピュン
So
飛
yeah,
んで
this
ま
is
したね。
basically lasers and crushers and typical mine stuff you'll see. I do kind of want to give disclaimer right now. This game is really fast-paced, and there is a lot to talk about, and I don't have time to do that. So I'm kind of just going to talk about what I think is interesting, which could be the levels, can be
レーザーでサイコロステーキ。
the movement, whatever.
キューブかな。
But we are kind of making our way through. If you look, a lot of these levels, I'm kind of going on top of. Some I'm going through
ミ
intended
ートボーイ
routes.
並みに
There's a really big mix of how
死
you're
にやすそう
completing
で
these
す
levels,
ね。
which is a lot of fun.
これはよく目がついていってるなという。そうですね、
But
レー
be
ザー
careful.
は
So like right there, there are some camera changes that can happen that can block you off from being able to go in certain spots. just kind of generally,
まあでもそれでも予定タイム18分っていうのはある程度の精度でこのタイムでクリアできるっていう。通ってる場所おかしい。ああ、そうなんですね。このダッシュのその速度を維持しているからこそ遠くまで飛べるという。
That's a really fun level. I really enjoy this whole world. There's a lot of like interior places you can get a lot of speed. So now we're moving on to the sewers. And here I kind of want to start talking about the movement a little more in depth because I think that's really the core of this game and how it shines. So if you look, I try to keep myself in the air a lot, and that is specifically because
こ
when you're on the
れ
ground,
よく見ていただくとこの黄色いこのマウスポインターが見えると思うん
and
で
it's
すけ
really
ど
hard to move. And
それを追っ
what
か
we're
けて
doing
も
in
ら
this
うと
world is all of this purple ground is actually just slippery.
ある程度
And so you can slide right
操
along
作の
it,
予
which
想が
means
でき
this
るか
is
な。
basically the most fast-paced world you can have, and you're just slipping, sliding around, and it's great. But kind of for movement in general, what you're looking for is to just gain and retain momentum as much as humanly possible, which can usually mean just firing a lot of rockets in quick succession to accelerate as much as you can.
そうよく喋り
You
な
can
が
do
らで
that
きる
on
の。
walls, ceilings, floors, really anywhere you think you can shoot. Something that's kind of important to note is that if you look, a lot of this like stuff that looks like it's gonna kill you because it's neon green.
なんかマウスの動き見るとそんな感じしますよね。引っ張って勢いつけて。
things that can kill you that rockets can connect with, but it's not entirely apparent.
今ので死んじゃうわけですよね。
But yeah, mostly what we're
黄
looking
色
for
い
is to
パネルに当たると
just
死ぬ
retain
っ
as
てい
much
う。
momentum as we
飛ん
can.
だ
Use our dash to augment that. That's kind of the best way to get vertical momentum in this game is to use your dash along with shooting against
そう
the
です
wall
ね、
like
即
this.
死ゲーっぽいですね。
Now we're on the boss stage, and this is a really fun
こ
level
いつがボスら
because
しいのですが、
you kind of just blast your way up. It's a really great level. So now we're moving on into the slums.
あれ倒す必要
This
ないの？
world is chaos. You have slums falling apart, you got debris all over, you got the world falling on top of you, and it is generally
いや、あれ落ちてきてるやつ
really,
当
really
たったら死ぬんで
difficult
しょ。
world. A lot of like the small debris and stuff that you were seeing a second ago
背景かな。
is,
背
as
景
far
で
as
はな
I
い
know,
のかな。
RNG, but these big
ちょっとなんか
objects
ボス
you keep
みたい
falling
な
from
言
the
葉が
sky
聞
are
こえたん
just
ですけど。
cycle-based. That doesn't mean they're not deadly. It's hard to kind of tell where you are in a cycle sometimes,
あ、危ね。
but you can do your best. So, let's see if we can get this skip. All right.
おお、そっち行くの。
It's pretty difficult.
目が追いつかない。
There are a bunch of different ways to do a lot of these levels. As you can kind of assume, like ILs for this game are really, really, really optimizable. So there's tons of different ways to go through these levels, which is something that's really interesting about this game. You can kind of tailor your strats to how difficult you want it to be.
ここソニック。
Uh-oh. Thankfully, I do have a bunch of backup strats like there, even though I screwed it up. Then we got a big skip right here, so it's pretty difficult. All right, through there. Whoa. Oops. Yeah, it's really easy to kind of just lose your composure, miss a single shot, all of a sudden, you're dead.
リトライ早い
It's,
な。
it's really not uncommon for you to just completely forget how to do a really easy section of a level
おお、
and just lose a minute there. Hopefully that doesn't happen though. Try to hold it together. Alright, cool. So I actually go around the outside of the level, not because it's a lot faster, but because it's easier. When I go into the right there, it's, the level starts falling
す
apart,
げえ。
and it's actually a really, really difficult part.
今のは落ちながら避けるっていう。
So, this boss is really rude, and if he feels like it, he can just murder me. But we'll see what happens. So he's shooting these homing rockets now, And if one of those connects with you, you're just dead. And I found that out a week ago when it just happened. Never been hit by it before. And what can
今
actually
気づい
happen
たん
is
です
when
け
you're
ど
jumping over him
左
right there,
上
you can
の
fire one
あ
directly
の
up into you.
ゲージが溜まるとロケットジャンプができるのかな。
It's distressing to say the least. Oops. All right, so we're on to the factory. This level has these anti-gravity zones that you see right here. You just use your rocket to basically maneuver in them. They're pretty cool areas. And what I really, really like about this area is that most of the levels are really confined, which means you have tons of different surfaces to get speed off of. Missed a cycle here, but that's all right. But yeah, just generally, this is a really fun world to do.
あー危ない。
Try not to die. And there's quite a few skips in this, just kind of going over stuff.
まああれで死ん
Basically
じゃうとは
not
ね。
going where they intended me to go, but that's fine. Who cares what the developers want? Right. Yeah. So a lot of these levels are pretty difficult to get outside the levels and ooh, hoo, hoo. Yeah, like I said, one missed shot and you're just dead.
左上のゲージは1回だけ使える2段ジャンプ。ああ、なるほど。
Right here.
そうですね。当たったら、何に当たったらダメなのか。多分この黄色いのは全部ダメですね。
Yep. All right. So if you look at like the anti-grav sections, you can actually use your dash to align yourself a lot. That's really, really helpful to do like precise things in those anti-grav areas. Other than that, like using your rocket launcher is just really tough.
なんでしょうね。
Okay, so this boss,
電流
we're
なの
just
か。
doing a little race over here. He's taking the top path, I'm taking the
お
bottom
お、
half. Thankfully,
あ、今失敗し
he's
たかな。
not very
大丈夫
fast.
か。
Because if he beats me to any section, then I die. He slams one of these gates on my head. Alright, so, second to last world, this is Metropolis.
確かにジャンプするとカウント
Here
が
we
増えていきますね。
have some of these breakable green... Okay. Breakable green platforms, as well as these orbs that either suck or push you away. And this is kind of a huge contrast from the previous world, because you see that like it's super wide and spread out, and there's just not a lot of surfaces to shoot rockets at. So going fast in this world is actually not too exciting. You kind of do what you can.
なんか
But a lot of the time you're kind of just flying through the air like
着
this.
地したくなるようなところにあからさまに置いてありますね、死ぬブロックが。
And these balls that are pushing gravity away, you can hit them with rockets, but it's really difficult because if you look like right there, see how they push your rockets away? They don't just move you, they move everything. So you have to get very close to them to actually successfully hit one. Oh my, I went too fast. That's hard to die there. Oh my god. Yep. This is what happens. Just death spiral out of control. Lose your composure for a second. Alright. So, this world does have some really cool levels.
これは2段ジャンプをいかにどこで使うか残すかっていうのが。
pillars coming down the left and right sides. I think those are pretty fun.
足場も小さくなってますね。
Extreme parts of that coming up. And then you have this level. And nothing really feels right in this level.
このジャンプの回数は何に影響するんだろう。
But hopefully we can get through. Use my patented strat of shoving myself in that corner there so I don't go too fast and die. Alright. So this level is really
ああ、
cool.
なるべく少ないジャンプ回数でクリアみたいな実績。
Not just to do fast, but even casually.
いや、これ詰将棋やるにも早すぎるでしょ、これ。動きが。
And if you look in the top right corner, that's the best time I've ever gotten in some of these worlds.
確かに。
So, while dying a lot loses
結
a lot of
局
time.
ジャン
It's
プを少な
still
くするためにも勢いをつ
the
けな
nice
きゃい
thing
けな
about
い
this game
し
is the deaths are quick. You can
こ
kinda
のス
pull
ピードで
yourself
やらな
back
きゃいけないで
together.
すね。どっちにしろ。
So now, killing the stupid snake, we are out of Metropolis, heading into the final world, which
あ、
which
今の
actually
倒せた
only
のか。
has
すごいな。
5 stages and then a boss. This is a pretty short world, followed by a really long boss. So we'll see how it goes. Here we finally have some enemies. We have these eyes that shoot laser beams at you and basically just track you. You can shoot them and stun them like I'm going to do right here. But it's kind of surprising they're really the only
相
enemy
打ち
in
に
this
見え
whole
ました
game.
ね。確かに。
I guess they saved the enemies for the end of the game. And you see the final boss looming in the background over there.
踏めないとこ多すぎ。
Oh,
むずそう。
okay, there we go. So let's head on in there. So this is a really long boss. If you
だ
die
んだん
anywhere,
確かに
you
明
lose
るく
a
な
lot
って
of
きてます
time.
ね。
So hopefully we can get through. What we're going to be doing is destroying these pylons on each side, and then heading over to here.
まあ時
jumping on
間
his
的に
head,
は
giving him a little
やはり
boot,
そろそろラス
and
ト
then
ですか
moving up
ね
the。floor.
多分16分とか
And
17
yes,
分
if
くらい
you,
ではクリアして
screw
くると
anything
は
up,
思う
you
ん
do
ですよ
this。whole thing. Thankfully, some of these are cycle-based. You can make an earlier cycle than this, but it's pretty difficult and actually really scary.
こいつ
You're
ラスボ
gonna
ス
die
か
and
な
lose, 30
多分
seconds if you do.
時間的に。わかりませんが。
Alright, so we're making our final ascent here. And then we are going to stop this slow-mo and time.
終わり。早っ。あれだけ落ちたのに。
Alright. And that's the end of the game.
That was nuts. that was insane.
Yeah,
GG.
there's a lot packed into a really short amount of time. There's a lot going on. But it's a pretty cool run, and I think it went pretty well. Alright.
So we have some donations here. We have a $50 donation from Bowler Captain. Stayed up to donate during one of my favorite speedruns, Tinertia. Here's hoping to see low dashes percent at this marathon one day. And shout out to Malachite and the runner mid-boss. Keep it up, both of you.
徐々に皆さん起きてこられた感じですかね。